Bigger finger. This one. It's a dick. Hey guys, welcome to the video. Today I have something a little bit different for the mail opening videos, particularly like recently, because it's stuff I've bought, new stuff, for me. It's a bit different, isn't it? You know, there's a couple of figures here I've been putting off buying more or less all year. It's finally time to put the hammer down. I'm not paying for driving lessons currently. I had my birthday, nobody bought me these, and then got paid again after my birthday. So it was time to tick these off the list of stuff we were putting off buying. So this lot today is from Wrestlrs, who might be my favourite of the online wrestling figure store. But as I've said before, I don't know. Like, I don't think I order things online regularly enough, case in point, that I can really form a fair opinion. Is this tape new though? I feel like they didn't use this before. Maybe it is. It looks really nice. Either way. So we got a couple of figures here that I've been putting off buying. One of them was reduced in the Wrestlrs birthday sale that they tend to do every August, which is nice because my birthday is also in August. And the other two were just a little bit more than I wanted to pay for them, but I got 15% off the whole thing with a Payday code, 15% off, which was cool since, again, you know, got to Payday and decided to treat myself a bit for once. So, first of all, what do we have here? So there's 3 figures in total. There was 5 I was eyeing up, but the total price was a bit eye-watering. Even if it was a great deal, the eyes are watering a little. So first of all, we've got round 2. Will this go better than the first time? Got a little invoice there. Put that to the side. We've got another Steiner Elite. Yeah. And I'll be completely honest, the back's actually still quite dinged in. Like, that's quite deep. I don't think, I mean, there's a little ding there, but I don't think that's not packaging damage, that's nothing like that. And obviously it's nowhere near as bad as the previous Scott Steiner I had on a previous mail opening, which was really, really wellied in. So that's really good. The Wrestlrs still have these in stock, but they were about £25, and you know me, guys, I'm always complaining about the $27.99 Build-A-Figure price, so I'm also going to complain about £25 for mainline Elites. I understand that these small shops, I understand better than anyone nowadays after starting my own online store, you know, that these sites have to charge these amounts to actually make some money on it. I understand it completely. Doesn't mean I'm too happy about it, especially when I can get stuff for cost myself. However, you know, with the 15% off, this brought it back down to the sort of price that I wanted to pay. It's also a case of, like, obviously I'm not that bothered about picking up the Scott Steiner. Put it off this long, we've shown we can't be that bothered about it. So it wasn't the kind of Elite I wanted to really pay up for. But yeah, it's nice to have. Again, just like the original one we ordered, I'll probably make some use of this. But if not, in the incredibly likely situation that, you know, a year or so down the line, I'll realise I've still barely filmed any of the Fed I already have planned, maybe we'll sell him off then. Next up, we have the first AEW figure I've ordered in a long time. And there are a few reasons for this. One, the UK just had a huge drought of AEW figures. I think everyone did. I think it was a worldwide thing. I think they pumped out the series when the line first came out and then just hit the brakes. And then, you know, now we're starting to see it again. We're starting to, and then the UK got the worst end of it. Like, stuff was still coming out in the US and it just wasn't coming out over here. And it seems to have sorted out to some extent now. So there's that reason. There just haven't been that many AEW figures I've been interested in as well, although obviously the first thing's the main thing. I haven't really been watching AEW. I barely watch wrestling at all nowadays, you know. I haven't watched WWE since Cody lost the first time. I do intend to give it another go at some point, but I guess right now wrestling is something I just kind of forget about. And again, AEW, I kind of binge watch what I've missed and then, you know, leave it for 6 months and kind of so on and so forth. So there's that reason as well. Obviously, AEW figures aren't that easy to come by in the UK anymore. They're not that easy at retail. Most of my AEW figures I picked up in Smith's, like, reduced. And finally, you know, again, the online stores are having to charge like £25 for AEW figures now. And between all the other things and the actual build quality of AEW figures, which we all know is hit and miss, if it's even hit. You know, it again, I know people have to charge it, but it doesn't fill me with confidence. But anyway, this AEW figure, I quite often say, when I pick up an AEW figure, Ethan Page's toy hunts are what made me pick up this person. Nyla Rose, Evil Uno, all kinds of people that are just, you know, really quite chill, cool people on his videos. You know, it would only make sense to follow that Ethan Page himself was one of those people. I absolutely wouldn't have had much interest in this, I don't think, if it weren't for his YouTube channel. And I don't think this is a bad figure at all. You know, I don't know about the smiling head. I don't know what that is like for a likeness of Ethan Page. The open mouth head is, as we got the picture there, it's maybe not the best definition of an AEW head, but again, they can be quite hit and miss. And you know me, I'm not a massive fan of the open mouth head scan on any figure, really. But it's a pretty cool figure. We've got the Page jacket and everything. You can see you've got the little bit of plastic, so there's shouldn't be any staining from that. Rubber jacket, of course. Soft goods, please. We don't have any kind of accessories other than the interchangeable head and one spare pointing finger hand. So, you know, that's alright. That's not great. It's not great. It's not terrible. It's not like not having any interchangeable hands, and it's not like the figures that have loads of interchangeable hands. AEW seems very inconsistent on what, you know, you get. But if we look at the rest of the series, you can see how, like, my interest is, you know, just kind of not there in the AEW line right now. Samoa Joe, getting elite. Ethan Page, of course. Daniel Garcia, couldn't care less. Devil MJF, couldn't care less. Chris Jericho, I only have one AEW Jericho, but even that one I only got because I like the head scan, like the actual figures and nothing. And Saraya's a very nothing person for me too. That alone kind of shows my lack of interest in the AEW line. But I did want to pick up Ethan Page. I was kind of impressed it was still in stock because a lot of the AEW figures I've been interested in lately, like, you know, there's a particular one that everyone is after, you know, like the Jeff Hardy, that's sold out. That was not findable. That's still on my list. Ethan Page, I thought maybe would have been one of those people, especially after this length of time, but I guess not. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe his YouTube channel isn't as popular outside of, you know, jamokes like me that also do the figure YouTube thing. I don't know, but really cool to pick up both of those figures. And the last thing we picked up is, ironically, I've had plenty of action figure upgrades over the years where I've bought a better version of a figure. This is actually a downgrade. I have bought the Elite Legends 21 series Andre the Giant. It's the first Legends figure I've had in this kind of packaging. And the reason is because my current Andre, which was the cheapest one available at the time, was the Ultimate Edition. Now, I absolutely don't need an Ultimate Edition Andre, and this was £17 in the birthday sale, minus 15%, of course, and I thought for the sake of that, it either sits on the shelf forever until I decide to sell it, or I sell the Ultimate Edition once that's worth something, because right now it's still just worth retail. And, you know, like I said, I do not need an Ultimate Edition Andre the Giant. No one does. Andre didn't have that much articulation in his actual body. But, yeah, you know, it's nice to have the option. Again, this was kind of a safe purchase, like I tend to do from time to time. You know, this will either accrue value or I'll sell the Ultimate Edition when that accrues value, either or. You know, whichever way. Looking on the back, I've realised I completely forgot to look up Sheiky while I was there, because Sheik's a very important person in my figure fed, so it would be good to have a spare, especially since the one I currently have is Retrofest, that not only has single jointed elbows, but I'm terrified of it breaking. So it would be a good idea for me to get a spare Sheik. Jimmy Hart, we did the Build-A-Figure with. Hulk Hogan, no interest at all. Could have got the Chase Andre, but flip it, you know, doesn't matter. Red, yellow, you know, these were white when he put them on. I've got to stop making that joke every time I see a yellow pants Andre. He's got the WrestleMania 2 shirt on as well, which is really, really cool. The accessories in the Ultimate Edition are pretty good. This is a better shirt, but the belt in the Ultimate Edition is pretty good. He's got open hands, and he's got fists, and he's got the useless C-grip hands that he currently has on that are just too wide to do anything. But at least Andre had hands that big. Yeah, I guess he can throttle people with them and stuff. You know, he did do that from time to time. I think he's a really cool figure, to be honest. I wouldn't have bothered picking it up if it wasn't so cheap, but yeah, we can downgrade the Ultimate Andre at some stage. The main downside of this is that, you know, it's taken me how long to do 3 NW openings and tick 3 people off the NW opening list? There's 3 people back on the NW opening list. I mean, technically, Andre was still on. It's going to be a 1-for-1. It's not like we're opening both Andres. That's almost certainly never going to happen. But yeah. So, the other things I didn't get were a second 1 of 5,000 Thunder Rosa, currently down to £20 on Wrestlrs, and of course, minus 15%. That was literally because I do think the figure is really nice, so it would be nice to open one, because I do already have one. It would be nice to open one and have one sealed, especially at that price. Clearly, people aren't that bothered about picking it up, otherwise it would still be there, you know? So, I can live with it. And the other thing was a Shayna Baszler, down to £8, and then, of course, 15% off. I was looking at both of those things, but then in the end, I thought, you know what? The basket total's looking very aggressive, especially since, you know, we're going out on a limb and letting myself buy myself things and treating myself and stuff. So, yeah, I just thought I'd leave those for now. I thought the Thunder Rosa isn't going anywhere soon. Shayna, I'm not as bothered about anymore. We did eventually get most of the kind of dream women's roster that I would have liked. So I just decided to leave those. But yeah, some really, really awesome deals on Wrestlrs right now. I really love Wrestlrs as a site. Now, I'm going to tack on a few pickups on the end here. For the delectation of the UK viewers, UK figure community people, I recently spotted these in B&M. Little South Park vinyl figures. They're probably maybe slightly smaller than a pop figure, and these cost $3.99. Now, there's the rest of the wave on the back. I honestly thought the rest of them didn't look so great. Like, that's season 1 Cartman, if ever I've seen it. You know, they don't look super great. But Butters is my favorite. Butters is like my guy. So when I scanned it into the B&M app and it came up $3.99 because there's no price on the shelves again, I was like, fuck it, yeah, we'll take it with it. Because, you know, I wasn't going to bother, but, you know, for $3.99, I was like, yeah, sure, let's go for it. They also had a bus, which comes with all the kids, so it just doesn't have Randy in it. I have no idea how much that was. Again, there was no price. I didn't scan it in. So, yeah, this is a really cool pickup. Very, very nice. If you're a South Park fan, get yourself to B&M. Pick up your favourite character. If you think they look better than I do, or, you know, if your favourite character is Butters. Or Randy. Randy's okay. He just doesn't really look like funny. He's kind of just shocked, you know? And the other thing I picked up, this is from Home Bargains. If you're a Hot Wheels Racerverse guy, the Hulk Buster Hauler. This is the Hulk Buster car with Iron Man in there. That is detachable from the hauler. And then the hauler can carry your Disney Racerverse cards. It's really cool. It's a really cool idea, and I wanted to buy one of these. Now, these retail for about £22, and for me to order in, which was my initial plan, they were £17. So how much do you think these were in Home Bargains? $6.99. £10 cheaper than I can order them in wholesale. You bet your ass I went home with one of these. Because, again, you know, I might change my mind in a few years and just think, like, this is just sat in a cupboard somewhere and I've never used it. My idea is when I actually get round to theoretically doing Racerverse races, just use this as a bit of set dressing and stuff like that. You know, a bit of scenery, all that kind of stuff. But, you know, if that day never comes, or if I do unbox it and then years later it's just not getting used and sell it on, fair enough. $6.99, not that much of an investment for something that retails for so much higher than that. And in a few years' time, I'm sure all this Racerverse stuff, especially if the line tanks, or if it takes off, either or, you know, this Disney stuff, Marvel stuff, Hot Wheels stuff, it's all going to go up in price. So it was a safe enough bet. If I had the space, I probably just bought them all and just waited, you know. But yeah, really, really cool. 2 really cool pickups I just wanted to share with you from a toy hunt I did the other day, because I never film them. So, yeah, that's more or less everything. If you enjoyed this video, and if it's your first time here, please do like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think. And check out the mail openings playlist in the end screen for more. As always, I really appreciate you guys joining me, especially now that we are getting so close to monetization. We have less than 1,000 watch hours to go to get there. So I really, really do appreciate you guys watching this video, and any more love you can give me. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye. Dropped it. That's not right. Oh, man. Pick a finger. This one. I'm sure if Fred had already left the room, somehow he starts barking at my door. It's hard to do this because the elastic band is so massive. Because you get like all slack. If you're a DC Racerverse guy, if you're a Hot Wheels Racerverse guy, I don't know where DC Racerverse came from. Like that's like the newest, like obscurest thing. I've never bought any of those. Want to